Welcome, dear listeners, to another chilling episode of Wicked Whispers, where the shadows come alive and nightmares whisper their secrets.
In the heart of the dense, fog-laden forest, an ancient castle stands, shrouded in mystery and whispers of the past. Abandoned for centuries, this castle is not just a relic of history but a nexus of ghostly activity. As the sun dips below the horizon and darkness descends, the castle comes alive with eerie apparitions and the haunting cries of souls long gone. Tonight, we journey into the depths of this forsaken fortress, uncovering the spine-tingling tales and spectral encounters that have turned it into a legend of terror and intrigue. Brace yourself for a tale of sorrow, mystery, and the restless spirits that haunt the abandoned castle. The castle, known as Ravenwood Keep, was built in the 13th century by Lord Edmund Blackwood. Its towering walls and imposing gates were meant to protect against invaders, but it also served as a symbol of Lord Blackwood's power and influence. For years, the castle thrived, hosting grand feasts and noble gatherings. However, its history took a dark turn in the mid-14th century when a devastating plague swept through the region. The plague decimated the castle's inhabitants, leaving behind a legacy of death and despair. Lord Blackwood himself fell victim to the disease, and his once prosperous domain became a place of mourning and desolation. It was during this time that the first reports of ghostly figures began to surface. The earliest accounts of hauntings at Ravenwood Keep date back to the late 14th century. Survivors of the plague who returned to the castle spoke of seeing spectral figures roaming the halls. These apparitions were often described as pale and emaciated, their hollow eyes reflecting the sorrow of their untimely deaths. One particularly chilling story involved a young maid named Eliza. She had been employed at the castle before the plague and returned to salvage what she could from the ruins. Late one night, as she searched the great hall, she heard the faint sound of weeping. Following the sound, she encountered the ghostly figure of a woman dressed in a tattered gown, her face contorted in anguish. The figure reached out to Eliza, who fled in terror. The experience left her shaken, and she vowed never to return to the castle. The hauntings at Ravenwood Keep are often attributed to a curse placed upon the Blackwood family. According to legend, Lord Edmund Blackwood was a ruthless and tyrannical ruler. He was said to have wronged a local healer, accusing her of witchcraft and sentencing her to a brutal execution. As she burned at the stake, the healer cursed Lord Blackwood and his descendants, vowing that their spirits would never find peace. The curse seemed to take effect almost immediately. Lord Blackwood's family suffered a series of misfortunes, culminating in the plague that claimed their lives. The spirits of the Blackwood family were doomed to wander the castle, their souls unable to move on. Over the centuries, their ghostly presence has been felt by those who dare to enter the abandoned fortress. In the 20th century, Ravenwood Keep became a popular destination for paranormal investigators and thrill seekers. Numerous reports of ghostly encounters have emerged, each adding to the castle's eerie reputation. One of the most well-documented cases involved a team of investigators led by Dr. Richard Hargrove, a renowned parapsychologist. Dr. Hargrove and his team spent several nights at the castle, equipped with state-of-the-art ghost hunting equipment. Their first night was relatively uneventful, with only minor disturbances. However, on the second night, they experienced a series of chilling events. As they set up their cameras in the Great Hall, they noticed a sudden drop in temperature. The air grew thick with an oppressive sense of dread, and the team members reported feeling an unseen presence. At around midnight, one of the team's cameras captured a startling image, a faint, translucent figure standing near the fireplace. The figure appeared to be a man dressed in medieval clothing, his face obscured by shadows. Dr. Hargrove attempted to communicate with the spirit, asking it to make its presence known. In response, the figure slowly dissolved into the air, leaving behind an aura of cold that lingered for several minutes. The castle is said to be home to several distinct spirits, each with their own tragic story. One of the most well-known is the Lady in White, believed to be the ghost of Lady Isabella Blackwood, Lord Edmund's wife. Lady Isabella was known for her beauty and grace, but her life was cut short by the plague. Her ghost is often seen wandering the castle grounds, dressed in a flowing white gown, her expression one of profound sadness. Another prominent spirit is that of Sir Thomas Blackwood, Edmund's brother and a fierce knight. Sir Thomas died defending the castle from invaders and is often seen patrolling the battlements, his spectral form still clad in armor. Witnesses have described hearing the clanking of metal and the sound of heavy footsteps echoing through the night. One of the most bizarre and unsettling phenomena at Ravenwood Keep is the occurrence known as the Phantom Banquet. This event is said to take place in the Great Hall, where ghostly figures gather for a feast that never ends. Visitors have reported hearing the sounds of laughter, clinking glasses, and the faint strains of medieval music. Some have even witnessed the spectral figures seated at a long, ornate table, their faces frozen in a macabre celebration. In 1998, a group of college students decided to spend the night at the castle as part of a dare. Around midnight, they heard the unmistakable sounds of a banquet in full swing. Curious and terrified, they approached the Great Hall and were met with an astonishing sight. The hall was filled with ghostly figures, their forms shimmering in the candlelight. The students watched in awe as the spirits continued their spectral revelry, oblivious to the living intruders. One of the students managed to capture the scene on a video camera, providing compelling evidence of the haunting. Not all of the spirits at Ravenwood Keep are content to remain in the background. Some are more malevolent, their presence marked by anger and hostility. One such spirit is that of Lord Edmund Blackwood himself. His ghost is said to roam the castle, filled with rage and regret. Those who encounter him report feeling an overwhelming sense of fear and dread. In 2005, a professional ghost hunting team led by investigator Sarah Mitchell conducted an overnight stay at the castle. As they explored the dungeon, they heard a series of loud, aggressive bangs coming from the walls. Sarah described feeling a cold hand grasp her shoulder, and when she turned around, she saw the furious face of Lord Blackwood staring back at her. The team quickly retreated, convinced that they had encountered the vengeful spirit of the castle's former lord. Despite its haunted reputation, Ravenwood Keep holds significant historical value. In recent years, efforts have been made to preserve the castle and its legacy. A group of dedicated historians and preservationists have worked tirelessly to restore the structure, ensuring that its history is not lost to time. In 2010, the castle was officially designated as a historical landmark. Restoration efforts have included repairing the crumbling walls, restoring the Great Hall, and preserving the castle's many artifacts. The preservation team has also worked to document the numerous ghost stories associated with the castle, creating a comprehensive archive of paranormal encounters. Today, Ravenwood Keep stands as a testament to both its historical significance and its haunted legacy. The castle is open to visitors, who come from all over the world to experience its eerie atmosphere and learn about its tragic past. Guided tours take visitors through the castle's many rooms and halls, offering a glimpse into the lives of those who once called it home. The ghostly figures that roam the castle continue to captivate and terrify those who encounter them. Visitors have reported seeing the lady in white gliding through the gardens, hearing the ghostly laughter of the Phantom Banquet, and feeling the cold presence of Lord Blackwood. The castle remains a focal point for paranormal investigators, who seek to uncover the truth behind its many hauntings. The haunting of Ravenwood Keep is a story that has captured the imaginations of generations. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the tales of spectral figures and eerie phenomena cannot be easily dismissed. The castle's tragic history, combined with the numerous accounts of paranormal activity, has created a legend that continues to endure. As you stand before the imposing structure of Ravenwood Keep, you can almost feel the weight of its history and the lingering presence of the past. The ghostly figures that roam its halls serve as a reminder that some spirits, bound by sorrow and unfinished business, remain tethered to the places they once knew. The haunting of the abandoned castle is a testament to the enduring power of memory and the mysteries that lie just beyond the veil of the known.